Hello students, welcome to the current affairs discussion class for the CSET examination. In this class, I will be taking you through all the important current affairs from the month of November, right? So weekly, monthly current affair updates nowadays now we'll be doing regularly for you, which will help you for your exam preparation. We carefully select the questions based on the relevance for your examination as well as based on what is important that is happening in national and international affairs. So let's look at the first question, which is from the category of awards and achievements. Who won the UK Booker Prize for the year 2020? Now the Booker Prize is a very popular award in the world for literature. It is also called as the Man Booker Prize. Okay, so Booker Prize in English literature is one of the highest awards of literature in the world currently. And who has won the UK Booker Prize for the year 2020? If you know, you can tick on the answer. If you don't know this question, note down. For every question, create a one-liner, okay, which will help you in revising the concepts on your own. So create a one-liner. Who has won the Booker Prize? Do you know this answer? Who has won the Booker Prize for the year 2020? The correct answer for this is Douglas Stewart. What is the correct answer? Note down the correct answer. The UK Booker Prize 2020 has been won by Douglas Stewart. Little extra information for you here from the Booker Prize. First of all, see what is the Booker Prize. The Man Booker Prize is awarded each year for the best original novel written in English language and published in the United Kingdom. So two categories are there. It is for English literature, English novel, and published in the United Kingdom. Best original novel written in the English language and published in the United Kingdom. That's a brief introduction about what this award is all about. Next, who has won the Booker Prize? Please note down this information. Man Booker 2020. The award has been given to Douglas Stewart, and the name of the novel can also be asked sometimes. So what is the name of the novel for which he has got the award? The name is Shuggie Bain. Shuggie, Shuggie Bain, Bain. Now in addition to the Man Booker Prize, there is also another award which is given by the same foundation, the Man Booker Foundation, and this award is called as Man Booker International Prize. So what is this Man Booker International? You must first of all understand the difference between these two, because if they are asking you Man Booker Prize or simply the Booker Prize, then the answer will be Douglas Stewart. But if they are asking you the Man Booker International Prize, the answer will change. Don't take Douglas Stewart and come, then your answer will become wrong. So this Man Booker International Prize is given for novels which are originally not in the English language but which are published outside UK or they are translated into English. Okay, so basically English novels which have been translated into English, the best one out of them, that is given the Man Booker International Prize. Difference is there, please note that. Both are not same, they are different. So the Man Booker International Prize was given to Marieke Lucas Rijnveld. Marieke Lucas Rijnveld, and the name of the book is The Discomfort of Everything. The Discomfort of Everything is the name of the book. The award winner is Marieke Lucas Rijnveld. The name of the book is The Discomfort of Everything. This author is from Sweden, and the award has been given to him, Marieke Lucas Rijnveld, The Discomfort of Everything. So two things I have covered for you here. The Man Booker Prize, also simply known as the Booker Prize, and second is the Man Booker International Prize. Both things are covered. I hope you have noted down both the information. Let's move on to the next question. Let's see if you are familiar with the next question. Who has been sworn in as the first women Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar? We look at the information on the screen. What is the name of the person? Renu Devi. So recently the Bihar election were concluded. The results came out on the 10th of November, I believe, right? So the recently concluded Bihar election, Bihar being one of the major states in terms of population, in terms of number of MLAs, Renu Devi has become the first woman Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar. She was sworn in along with Tarkishore Prasad as new Bihar Deputy Chief Minister. Two deputy. First thing to note here are there are two Deputy Chief Ministers in Bihar now in the current government, and the swearing in was done on the 16th of November. And who has become the Chief Minister? That can also come as a question. So the Chief Minister who was already incumbent, that is Nitish Kumar, has again become the Chief Minister of Bihar for the third time, you can say. So very important, two things are there. What they could ask you in the exam is about Renu Devi, the first Deputy Chief Minister, women Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar. How many Deputy Chief Ministers are there? Two Deputy Chief Ministers are there. And who is the Chief Minister of Bihar? Nitish Kumar. Current affairs from the month of November. Correct answer for second question is A, Renu Devi. Please note down the first woman Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar, Renu Devi. Create one-liners for you, and also please see how questions will come in the exam. Multiple choice questions. Okay. So the first woman Deputy Chief Minister Renu Devi and the current Chief Minister of Bihar Nitish Kumar. Two one-liners you can create for yourself from this particular slide. Next question number 3. India has drawn a 5-year action plan for the conservation of which of the following species of birds? Eagles, vultures, heron, Siberian crane. India has drawn a 5-year action plan which was announced by the Union Environment Minister. Who is the Environment Minister of India? If you know, tell me the answer. Who is the Environment Minister of India? If you don't know, write down. Now earlier itself for the CSET exam I have discussed with you under political affairs all the important cabinet portfolios. The cabinet ministers, the union ministers. So the Environment Minister of India, Prakash Javadkar, and India has drawn a 5-year action plan for the conservation of which species of birds? You see, after there was a decline by almost 90% in their population, please note here, almost after the decline by 90% in terms of population, India has now come up with a 5-year action plan for vultures. Which bird? Vultures. Correct answer for question number 3 is vultures. So write down a one-liner for yourself. India has drawn a 5-year action plan for the conservation of vultures. The reason behind that again is very simple, because of the rapid decline in the population. Now, vulture is what type of bird? Vulture is a scavenger bird. So this also can be added in the question. 5-year action plan of which of the following is scavenger bird? Right? Scavenger bird basically means they feed on the dead bodies of carcasses. So in a way they help, help us indirectly by cleaning the corpse of dead animals and other such things. Vultures is the correct answer. Now question number 4 is from COVID-19. So I have taken some very important questions. One after the other I will show you all the important questions from COVID-19 vaccine. First of all, based on the current affairs from the month of November, which vaccine manufacturer has sought emergency use authorization in the USA, that is in the United States of America, of its COVID-19 vaccine? Which vaccine manufacturer has sought emergency use authorization in the USA of its COVID-19 vaccine? This came in the front page of many of the newspapers. national newspapers in India? 4 options are there. Moderna, SII. What is SII here? Serum Institute of India, Pfizer and Sanofi. Right? The correct answer is Pfizer. Pfizer claimed 95% success in the case of its vaccine for coronavirus. 95% success, and now they are looking for emergency use authorization so that they can start vaccinating people in the USA. Also, I'll tell you, today is the 1st of December. Yesterday's news I'm telling you, Moderna has now come up with a vaccine claim where they're claiming 100%. What is the first option? Moderna. So Moderna has now come up, this is just news from yesterday, 30th of November. Okay, Moderna has come up with a 100% claim in terms of coronavirus vaccine application. So that's an update for you regarding which global pharma has come up with a claim of 100% success in coronavirus vaccine. Recently, the answer will be Moderna. This answer about which vaccine manufacturer has sought emergency use authorization in the USA of its COVID-19 vaccine. The answer is Pfizer. Question 5, AstraZeneca. Look at question 5, AstraZeneca, which is developing the Oxford vaccine. You must have heard about the Oxford vaccine, right? I'm sure you must have come across this phrase, Oxford vaccine. Why is it called the Oxford vaccine? Because first the researchers at the prestigious Oxford University in Britain were able to isolate the protein from the coronavirus sample, and they, in partner with AstraZeneca, are developing this vaccine, which is why it is known as the Oxford vaccine. This is one of the most sought after vaccine. Now people are waiting for this. So one of the most prospective vaccines that particularly India is invested in, you can say, right, is the Oxford vaccine. Although there are other few vaccine, you can say, options that India is currently pursuing, one of the main ones that we are hopeful about is the Oxford vaccine. It was developed along with by AstraZeneca with assistance from the researchers of the prestigious Oxford University in England. And AstraZeneca, which is developing Oxford vaccine, has partnered with which of the following in India? So who is the Indian partner of AstraZeneca? Who is the Indian partner of AstraZeneca? 4 options are there in front of you. Bharat Biotech, Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR, National Institute of Virology, NIV, and Serum Institute of India. This information about Serum, first of all, the answer is Serum Institute of India. You should find out a little bit more about Serum Institute of India because it has been in the headlines from last few days. Towards the end of November, Prime Minister Modi himself visited Serum Institute of India to see the progress in terms of vaccine development, and he spoke to the CEO of Serum Institute of India. So news regarding this SII, plenty of news we had in the last week or so, and overall Serum Institute of India is India's largest vaccine creator, which is the largest vaccine creator and distributor in India. You can say the answer will be Serum Institute of India. So answer for question 5 is D, and I have given you additional input regarding that. Plus I have also told you that it is very, very important. Recently it has been in news, so very likely to come in your examination. So continuing with these questions on coronavirus, because you can understand how important it has been in the last almost a year now. So questions from this are very likely in your exam too, right students? Okay. So next look at this question students here, the SII. What is SII? Already we know now. The Serum Institute of India is SII. So the SII has partnered with the University of Oxford and AstraZeneca. Just now we have seen that in the previous question. The SII has partnered with which 2 organizations? University of Oxford and AstraZeneca for the manufacturing and distribution of its COVID-19 vaccine candidate. So taking samples from AstraZeneca and Oxford University, which is called the Oxford vaccine. Now they are manufacturing and they are on the plan, they are on the testing stage now. So manufacturing and distribution of its COVID-19 vaccine candidate. What is the name of this vaccine? Very, very important question, this one. Really important. What is the name of the vaccine that the Serum Institute of India is preparing in partnership with the University of Oxford and AstraZeneca? So the vaccine that we now normally know as Oxford vaccine, what is its technical name or the name as per the SII, the Serum Institute of India? Is it A, Covishield? Is it B, Coviguard? Is it C, Covaxin? Or D, none of these? What is the correct answer for this question number 6? What is the correct answer, students? Is it Covishield? Is it Coviguard, Covaxin, or none of these? If you don't know, note down, take down this one-liner. The vaccine being manufactured by SII in partnership with Oxford and AstraZeneca is Covishield. What is the name of the vaccine? Covishield. Question number 6 we have seen here. Answer is Covishield. Alright, I hope you have noted down this very important question. I am covering for you a range of questions from coronavirus, all taking updates from the month of November, latest current affairs, national as well as international. Continuing with this, let's look at this another important question, because I told you the Serum Institute of India has been in news recently. So where is the SII, the Serum Institute of India, located? Look at the 4 places. Have you read about this? Where is the headquarters of the Serum Institute of India? Is it A, Pune? Is it Mumbai, Delhi, or Ahmedabad? What should be the correct answer for this question? If you don't know, write down, create a one-liner for yourself. The headquarters of Serum Institute of India is in Pune. Note down quickly, students. The headquarters of Serum Institute of India is in Pune. Pune is in Maharashtra, right? Question number 7. Headquarters of Serum Institute of India, located in which place? In Pune. Now continuing with the class here, let's look at the next one. Again another question about the SII. I told you earlier that Prime Minister Modi went to SII to look into the development in the progress of the coronavirus candidate of SII, which is the Covishield. And he also met the CEO of SII. So who is not located here? Simply question is, who is the CEO of Serum Institute of India? Is it A, Dr. Balram Bhargava? Is it B, Adar Poonawalla? Is it C, Dr. Rajan Sharma? Or is it D, none of these? If you are familiar, post the answer for this question. What is the answer? Question number 8. Who is the CEO of Serum Institute of India? Just yesterday I read an article about this. Adar Poonawalla had said that he was surprised at the knowledge about vaccines that our Prime Minister Modi ji has. So he said that he was just tweet amazed by Modi ji's understanding about vaccines. Okay, he said there was a tweet by Adar Poonawalla, amazed at the knowledge of Prime Minister Modi regarding vaccines. So Adar Poonawalla, this SII is a private company, you can say, dealing mostly with vaccines, manufacture and distribution. It's the largest vaccine manufacturer and distributor of vaccine in India. One of the biggest in the world, SII. And the CEO of SII is Adar Poonawalla. This company, SII, was founded by Cyrus Poonawalla, father of Adar Poonawalla. Cyrus Poonawalla founded this company in Pune, and the current CEO is Adar Poonawalla, CEO of SII. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Now, that Dr. Balram Bhargava, here you can note, is the head of ICMR, Indian Council for Medical Research. Head is Dr. Balram Bhargava, and CEO of SII is Adar Poonawalla. Okay. Another question about the coronavirus. Just now we have seen that the coronavirus vaccine candidate of SII is called Covishield, and right now it is in phase 3 trials. The phase 3 trial of Covishield vaccine are being carried out on 1,600 participants. The question is that these trials are being carried out at how many centers in India? So I have possibly covered every question for you regarding coronavirus here, all taking the latest updates. The phase 3 trials of Covishield vaccine are being carried out on 1,600 participants at how many centers in India? The correct answer is 15. Write down, create one-liners for you. Phase 3 trial of Covishield on how many patients? That can also come as a question right now. 1,600 patients. At how many centers in India? The answer is 15. Alright, this is done. Let's look at the next question here. How many people will be covered in the first wave to get the COVID-19 vaccine in India? How many people will be covered in the first wave? So once the vaccine is approved, what is the plan by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare and the PMO, the Prime Minister's Office? The Ministry of Health and Family Affairs, the Union Minister of Health and Family Affairs is Dr. Harshvardhan. Who is the Union Minister of Health? Dr. Harshvardhan. Right? We have discussed this earlier. All the important portfolios you should be familiar with, particularly those which have been in news. So as per the plan of the Government of India, how many people will be given the vaccine in the first wave, in the first priority? 30 crore people will be given. Who will be the first one to get? The Corona warriors, as the Prime Minister called them, Corona warriors, Corona warriors are those who are front-line workers, in this entire battle against coronavirus. Nurses, hospital staff, doctors, civil servants, police personals, all the government employees who are working, even doing the whole job. They are the front-line workers in the case of coronavirus, and they will be the first to get the coronavirus vaccine, followed by elderly people who are above 50 years of age will be given priority. Then gradually others will also get, right? So this is what is the plan. So in the first wave, which is expected to be around March next year, 2021, in the first wave, how many people will be covered? That's a very important question here. Question number 10. How many people will be covered in the first wave? The answer is 30 crore people will be covered in the first wave to get COVID vaccine in India. Alright. Continuing with our question discussion, today's major focus is on coronavirus in today's class. What is the name of India's first COVID-19 vaccine candidate which has been developed by Bharat Biotech in collaboration with the Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR? I told you Dr. Bhargava is the head of ICMR. See, SII, the Serum Institute of India, is also manufacturing and developing a vaccine candidate. But that is not originally India's vaccine candidate. It was developed in the UK by AstraZeneca and Oxford University. Then it was taken by SII and is now being developed in India. But it is not India's first COVID vaccine, India's first COVID. What is the question here? Asking you about India's first COVID-19 vaccine candidate, which India has developed indigenously. Not from outside India. Indian scientists and researchers in India working in Indian firms have developed this vaccine. It is still in the trial stages. But what is the name of India's first COVID-19 vaccine candidate? Developed by Bharat Biotech. That can also come as a question. India's first COVID-19 vaccine candidate has been developed by which of the following organizations? In collaboration with the ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research. Answer would be Bharat Biotech. And what is the name of this vaccine candidate? You must have heard about these names in news channels, newspapers. So can you look at the options? Covaxin, Covishield, Corovacin, none of these. Now Covishield, already I have discussed with you, Covishield is being manufactured and it will be later distributed by SII, the Serum Institute of India, located at Pune. The CEO of the SII is Adar Poonawalla. Correct? And SII is developing this vaccine Covishield in association with, I am giving a revision again. So keep revising, keep repeating. That way you will be able to remember. Okay. So Serum Institute of India. Headquarter, tell me, headquarter is Pune. Who is the CEO? Adar Poonawalla. See, headquarter is in Pune and Poonawalla is the CEO. Correct? Now, this SII is India's biggest manufacturer and distributor of vaccines. That's another point. Now, this SII, the name of the vaccine being manufactured is Covishield. That's fifth point. And this Covishield is being manufactured by SII in partner with which organizations? Oxford University and AstraZeneca. See, all the points I've covered for you. Now, India's first COVID-19 vaccine candidate is Covaxin. What is the answer? Covaxin. The short form of corona vaccine. Okay, so Covaxin, being developed by Bharat Biotech in collaboration with Indian Council of Medical Research, is India's indigenously developed first COVID-19 vaccine candidate. Let's move on to the next question now. 12th. What is the name of Russia's first COVID-19 vaccine? Just now we have seen India's first COVID-19 vaccine is Covaxin. And Covishield, developed by SII. But Covishield is not originally developed by India. It was developed in the UK, which is also and is also popularly known as the Oxford vaccine. Now, question 12. What is the name of Russia's first COVID-19 vaccine? In fact, in the month of August, around I believe in 5th or 6th of August itself, Russia declared that they have been successful in creating a vaccine for coronavirus. And they gave it a name itself. So since right now my focus in the class is on coronavirus, I am covering this aspect also for you. What is the name of Russia's first COVID-19 vaccine? So the answer is Sputnik 5A. Sputnik 5 is Russia's first COVID-19 vaccine. Okay, question 12, answer is A. Question number 13. Which state will host the 4th edition of Khelo India Youth Games 2021? Again, latest update from the month of November. Which state will host 4th edition of Khelo India Youth Games in 2021? Answer is Haryana. Write down the answer, Haryana. 4th edition of Khelo India Youth Games, KIYG. Khelo India Youth Games is an initiative of the Ministry of Sports. And who is the Minister of State Independent Charge? Kiran Rijiju, right, is the Minister of State Independent Charge. So all important ministers, particularly in those who are in news, you must be familiar with. Question 14. Which two nations signed a landmark deal on November 17th to counter China's growing influence in South China Sea? Which two nations signed a landmark deal on November 17 to counter China's growing influence in South China Sea? Did you read about this? This is latest update from the month of November. International affairs, deals, summits, meetings, right? International bodies, questions based on these things can come in your exam. Very important. So correct answer is Japan and Australia. Japan and Australia. Japan and Australia signed a landmark deal on November 17th in an attempt to counter China's growing influence in South China and Indo-Pacific region. It's a landmark deal, an important deal on November 17th to counter what? China's influence, China's power that China is trying to assert in South China Sea and Indo-Pacific region. Next question. The US Under 17 Women's World Cup 2021, which was cancelled by the Bureau of FIFA Council. It was cancelled by the Bureau of FIFA Council on November 17, 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Was to be hosted by which nation? So this particular Under 17 Women's World Cup of football was supposed to happen in the month of November on 17th November, but it got cancelled. Now it will be held in 2021. The Under 17 World Cup will be held in 2021 now. But the one which was cancelled was supposed to be held by which nation? Answer is India. Yes, student, the correct answer is India. Under 17 Women's World Cup by FIFA was supposed to be hosted by India in the year 2020 in the month of November, but now it has been cancelled. Now it has been postponed for next year. So next year where will it be held? Next year also it will be held in India. So keep that in mind. In 2020 it was supposed to be held in India. In 21 also India will continue to host this particular international sporting event. Question number 16. Who has become the first female Indian American Vice President elect to the United States? Now, early in the month of November, the results of the United States election came. Joe Biden has been declared as the winning candidate for the post of president. And who was Joe Biden's running mate? That means Vice President of the United States. Kamala Harris, who has Indian roots in Tamil Nadu, so Indian origin person in the US, so we can call her Indian American. The first female also, not just first female Indian American, she's the first female vice president. First Indian American vice president also. And first person of color as a vice president. That means first black person, first non-white person. So first time in the history of the United States, a female has become a vice president. Obviously, first time in the history of the United States, an Indian has become a vice president. And also she is now, we can say, first Indian female vice president, and also first person of color to become the vice president of the United States of America. Kamala Harris. Right? So many firsts are there with her name, Kamala Harris. Okay, very sad news this was on November 25. Worldwide, lovers of football were saddened when they got to hear about the death of football legend Diego Maradona. Diego Maradona, who had an instrumental role to play in Argentina's World Cup victory over England, and has helped Argentina win 2 gold medals in the World Cup. 2 times Argentina has won the World Cup. So, football legend Diego Maradona, one of the legendary football players in the world, at the age of 60 passed away. So, which nation did he represent? As I told you, he represented Argentina. Diego Maradona passed away. That can be asked. Which they can ask you a question about which football legend passed away recently, and they can also ask you Diego Maradona, who passed away recently, was from which of the following sports? That is also one way of asking the question. And then also they can ask you that football legend Diego Maradona, who passed away recently on November 25th, represented which of the following nations football team? Answer is Argentina. Okay. Question number 18. Which tiger reserve has received the first TX2 International Award for doubling its population? This was again quite in news. In many news channels, it was being discussed about this achievement that we have doubled the tiger population. Which tiger reserve has received this award for doubling its tiger population? The answer is the Pilbhit Tiger Reserve. What is the correct answer? Pilbhit Tiger Reserve. Now, another way of asking the same question would be, where is this Pilbhit Tiger Reserve? Please note down here. The Pilbhit Tiger Reserve in Uttar Pradesh and the Uttar Pradesh Forest Department bagged the first TX2 International Award for doubling its population in 4 years. The target was set to double the number in 10 years, but in 4 years itself they have doubled the tiger population. Pilbhit Tiger Reserve in Uttar Pradesh. Question number 19. Which country will host the 19th meeting of the Council of Heads of Government of SCO member states? Which country will host the 19th meeting of the Council of Heads of Governments of SCO member states? First of all, tell me, what is SCO? Shanghai Cooperation Organization. That is your SCO. And which country will host the 19th meeting online? The meeting obviously will be online through video conference. Which country will host? The answer is India. So take down your one-liner here. India will host the 19th meeting of the Council of Heads of Governments of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization member states. 19th question, the answer is India. Alright, I hope you're noting down all of these important points, right? I'm giving you a full review of the month of November. So if you go through these select questions, that means whole month review you have done. You don't have to worry about anything else, going through magazines and websites and all. I have selected, handpicked for you the best questions, the most important questions, covering entire current affairs of the month of November 2020. Covering every aspect which was or which sometimes not so much in news also. Everything which was important or is important from exam point of view, I have covered for you here. Let's continue. There are many more questions to discuss in the class. Let's look at question number 20. Which film, this I believe is very important and it will come in the exam. You will see this. Which film has been selected as India's official entry for the Oscars? You see, every year for the Oscar Awards, which is also called as the Academy Awards. Oscar Awards are also known as the Academy Awards. So in case you see Academy Awards in the question in the exam, don't get confused. It's the same thing. Academy Awards we can call it, or Oscar Awards. So which film has been selected as India's official entry for the Oscars? This is the most prestigious award in the world for movie making, cinema. Academy of Motion Pictures and Arts in the US gives awards every year. This award is also popularly known as the Oscars, named after the Oscar statue that they give as an award every year. So which film has been selected as India's official entry? What is the answer? Tell me this, you must have heard. Look at the options here. Jallikattu, Sky is Pink, Chhapak, Gulabo Sitabo. Which film has been selected as India's official entry for the Oscars? Correct answer is Jallikattu. Answer option A. Jallikattu is the name of this particular movie. It's a Malayalam language movie based on the Jallikattu race which happens in Tamil Nadu, the bull race, known as Jallikattu. So it's a Malayalam movie called Jallikattu, very popular. Jallikattu is a 2019 Indian Malayalam language action film directed by Lijo Jose Pellicer. So I believe they will not ask you the name of director. They could ask you the name of the language. This movie is in which language? Or they can ask you the name of the movie itself. Correct? I hope you have noted down. India's official entry for Oscars, Jallikattu. Malayalam language movie. If you want to note down the name of director, Lijo Jose Pellicer. Question 21 again, very important. Very important question from the world of finance. In the month of November, if you ask me the most important news from the world of financial affairs, this is that news. Which private Indian bank has merged with Singapore bank DBS? Singapore based DBS Bank. Which private Indian national bank has merged with Singapore based DBS Bank India Limited? Did you read about this? Which bank was on the verge of closure? Lots of problems were there. RBI had put all the accounts into frozen all the accounts. Restrictions were there on withdrawing money, right? So which bank was it? Which was almost at the verge of closure, and then to solve the problem, to safeguard the investors and the depositors, it was merged with the Singapore-based DBS Bank India Limited. Which bank is this bank? Very important, most important news from the world of finance in the month of November. If you don't know, write down here. Lakshmi Vilas Bank. Lakshmi Vilas Bank. The Union Cabinet chaired by PM Narendra Modi on November 25th approved the amalgamation of Lakshmi Vilas Bank Limited with the wholly owned subsidiary of Singapore-based DBS Bank in India. DBS Bank of India has, you can say, acquired the Lakshmi Vilas Bank. Very, very important. On November 25th, latest update, just last week. Lakshmi Vilas Bank. Okay? Alright, question 22. Who has been appointed as a new independent chairman of the International Cricket Council? Who has been appointed as the new independent chairman? Just write down chairman of the International Cricket Council, also very popularly known as ICC. You must have heard this ICC World Cup, ICC 2020. So who has been appointed as a new independent chairman of the International Cricket Council? Greg Barclay, Sourav Ganguly, Mahela Jayawardena, Rahul Dravid. Who has been appointed as a new independent chairman? And who is the outgoing chairman? Who is the outgoing chairman? Both we should know. So note down here. Answer is Greg Barclay. New Zealand's Greg Barclay. Which country does he represent? New Zealand. Has been appointed as new independent chairman of the International Council for Cricket, ICC. Barclay will be replacing Shashank Manohar, who was from India, right? Shashank Manohar, who had stepped down from the post earlier in 2020. So the outgoing chairman is Shashank Manohar, and the new chairman is Greg Barclay from the New Zealand. Question number 22. Note it down. New chairman of ICC, George Barclay of New Zealand. Outgoing chairman, Shashank Manohar. Alright, done. I hope you noted down. Let's move to the next one now. When is the Constitution Day observed? Constitution of India was drafted and completed on this day. Also known as Samvidhan Divas, Constitution Day, Law Day. It's also called as Law Day, L-A-W, Law Day. Kanun Divas, Samvidhan Divas, Constitution Day. When is Constitution Day observed in India? November 29th, 28th, 27th, 26th. What is the correct answer? When is Constitution Day observed? Answer is November 26th. What is the answer? November 26th. Note down this: Constitution Day will be celebrated across the country on November 26th. The day is also known as National Law Day, because Constitution is our primary law body, law book, and commemorates the adoption of the Constitution in India. It was on this day when the Constituent Assembly adopted the Constitution of India. The Constituent Assembly had formally adopted the Constitution of India on November 26, 1949. And it was because of November 26th that later on January 26th was selected to finally make the India a republic. Right? And that's why January 26th then became our Republic Day. Okay? To honor this November 26th date, January 26th was later chosen to declare India a republic. Now question 23 we have seen. 24th, which series? This again was a lot of news about this, so that makes it an important question from the world of entertainment. That's a very big achievement for an Indian series. So which Indian series, also we can ask you the question, which Indian series won the Best Drama Series Award at the 48th International Emmys? Emmy Awards are given in America. So first of all, get a background here. Emmy Awards are given in America, and they are given just like Oscar Awards are the highest award in the world for movies. Emmys are the highest award for television. Right? And which series won the Best Drama Series Award at the 48th International Emmys? The correct answer is Delhi Crime. Delhi Crime is the name of the movie, which has won and has become the first Indian series, Indian TV series or Indian series to ever win an Emmy. That's what makes it a very important question from the world of entertainment. One very important question from the world of entertainment is which Indian movie is India's official entry into the Oscar Awards? That answer is Jallikattu, Malayalam language movie, right? And which Indian series has won the Best Drama Series Award? International Emmys, Best Drama in the International Emmys, Delhi Crime. This was a series which was shown on Netflix. So Netflix based Delhi Crime. Netflix or Hotstar, that you find out yourself. I am not recalling it accurately, but you can just check that on your own. Which series won the Best Drama Series? Answer is Delhi Crime. Question number 24. Who among the following has been nominated for the ICC Player of the Decade Award? So students, if you follow cricket, tell me the answer. Who among the following has been nominated for the ICC Player of the Decade Award? So various questions are taken from sports. ICC chairman, this question is there, right? So who among the following has been nominated for the ICC Player of the Decade Award? Answer options in front of you: Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, MS Dhoni or Yuvraj Singh. What is the correct answer? Tell me the correct answer. ICC player, every year, ICC will announce the awards known as ICC awards. They will give you ICC ODI Player of the Award, Player of the Decade Award, Player of the Award, Player of the Year Award, ICC Test Player and T20 Player, ICC office, the ICC Team of the Year, ODI Team of the Year, the Test Team of the Year. Accordingly, for the ODI team and Test team, they will select the captain also. That can also come as a question. So what is the answer? First of all, here the answer is Virat Kohli. Indian captain Virat Kohli and spinner Ravichandran Ashwin have been nominated for the ICC Player of the Decade award. So two things are there. And other current affairs that I have discussed with you earlier is that ICC ODI Test Team and ICC ODI Team of the Year and ICC Test Team of the Year. For both these teams, the captain is Virat Kohli, nominated by ICC. The captain is Virat Kohli. This is not actual team; it's just the representative team, which the ICC just does to show the best players in the world. And ICC Player of the Decade award, Virat Kohli and Ravichandran Ashwin. ICC ODI Player of the Decade award has given to Stephen Smith of Australia. ICC ODI Player of the Decade award. Also, I am telling you along with this, ICC ODI Player of the Decade award has been given to whom? Stephen Smith of Australia. Question number 26. Who represented India at the Afghanistan 2020 conference? This was a major conference which was based upon the peace treaty between America and the Taliban. So America, which wants to pull out its troops from Afghanistan. This was a landmark meeting about the peace treaty between America and the Taliban in the Afghanistan. And who represented India at this conference? Four options are there in front of you. PM Narendra Modi, S. Jaishankar, who is our External Affairs Minister. Who is S. Jaishankar? External Affairs Minister of India. Rajnath Singh, who is the Defence Minister of India. Nirmala Sitharaman, who is our Finance Minister. So what do you think is the answer for this question? Who represented India at the Afghanistan 2020 conference? Prime Minister, External Affairs Minister, Videsh Mantri, Foreign Minister as we say, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh or Finance Minister? Correct answer is S. Jaishankar. Obviously, the answer is our Foreign Affairs Minister, External Affairs Minister, S. Jaishankar. Question 26 we have done. Let's move to question 27. Veteran Congress leader Tarun Gogoi passed away on November 23, 2020. He was the longest serving Chief Minister of which of the following states? Options are Bihar, Assam, West Bengal and Arunachal Pradesh. Veteran Congress leader Tarun Gogoi passed away on November 23, 2020. What is the answer for this question? They can ask you he was from which state, and they can also ask you about, they can say he was the longest serving Chief Minister of which state? Bihar, Assam, West Bengal, Arunachal Pradesh. Take down your one-liner. Tarun Gogoi passed away on 23. He was the longest Chief Minister of Assam. He was the longest serving Chief Minister of which state? Assam. Question number 27. Answer is B. Alright students, let's move on to question number 28. Another important question from the world of financial affairs. Which bank has become the world's first central bank to gain 1 million Twitter followers? Which bank has become the first bank in the world, first central bank in the world to gain 1 million Twitter followers? Is it the Reserve Bank of India, RBI? Is it the European Central Bank, ECB, Bank of England? Or is it the Federal Bank of the US, US Federal Reserve? Which bank? So Shashi Kanta Das. Shashi Kanta Das. Who is Shashi Kanta Das? The governor of RBI, in a tweet, congratulated everyone by declaring that RBI, which is the Reserve Bank of India, has become the first central bank in the world to gain 1 million Twitter followers. Who tweeted this? Shashi Kanta Das. Shakti Kanta Das. No, Shakti Kanta Das. Who is currently, what is he? He is the governor of RBI. Which state government has decided to form a cow cabinet for the protection of cows? That means they will form a special cabinet with some ministers, and this cabinet will be called as cow cabinet. Cow cabinet, and the purpose of this will be protection of cows. Which state government has decided to form a cow cabinet? Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Gujarat. Post your answers if you have read about this cow cabinet news. What is the correct answer? Correct answer is Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh had declared to form a cow cabinet for protection of cows. And last question for today's discussion, question number 30. Where was the 12th BRICS Summit 2020 held? Now, BRICS, which is an informal group of 5 countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa, hold summits, meetings every year on a rotational basis. So the 12th BRICS Summit was done online through video conferencing, because obviously all the physical summits have been cancelled this year, right? And all the summits are happening through video conferencing online. So it was the first online BRICS Summit also, you can see, and it was the 12th BRICS Summit held by the host nation was Russia. At St. Petersburg, Russia, this summit was held. The chairmanship of BRICS this year was with Russia. Next year it will be India, then again it will be China, then again South Africa, then again Brazil. That's how it goes rotational every year. So already if you know that 2020 is in Russia, automatically you should know that 21 will be in India, 22 will be in China, and 23 will be in South Africa. So with these 30 questions, I have covered for you all important current affairs from the month of November, students here. All the current affairs from the month of November are covered for you. Being familiar with these questions means nothing is there for you to miss out from the month of November. Alright, I'll be doing again update of the first and second week of December with you, which I'll cover current affairs fortnightly, so every 14 days, and sometimes even weekly current affairs updates I'll bring to you, which will help you, I believe, tremendously in preparing and getting ready for your current affairs section of the examination. Alright students, I'll keep it here. Thank you. You can watch the video again and take down notes wherever required. Try to create one-liners for every question, and so that you can easily revise them for your exam preparation. Thank you so much.